Hey, do you want to go get a cup of tea?
Yeah, let's go.
I know a little place around the corner. You want to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
You can stop. Can we get 2 plain teas, please?
Yes, coming right up. How are you going to get a hold of him?
I'm gonna write him a letter. I hope he answers fast.
Oh, good idea.
Yes, I'm really excited for this new book. I think it's gonna be a fun adventure.
I think you will too. Hurry up and write that letter.
I will. Let's go. I really hope he answers fast.
I know, me too.
See if he answers. Okay. Oh my god, he answered.
What does it say?
I'll read it to you later. Let's go back to the
let's
house.
go. I've been waiting. What does it say?
Dear Edith, I would love to have you come in and ask me questions about the Transcontinental Railroad. I love talking about it, and it has a very important place in my heart. See you soon. Love,
Okay.
Grandpa.
Okay, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
How can I help you?
2 tickets, please.
I'd be $127 each. I have a safe voyage.
Thank you. Have a good day. How many miles was the Transcontinental Railroad?
The Transcontinental Railroad is about 2,000 miles, stretch across Iowa, Nebraska, and California. It shortened the travel time about 2,000 miles.
Is it true that it reaches all the way to Sacramento from New York?
Yes, very true.
The different classes and the different price differences on the Transcontinental Railroad when it was first built.
Great question. For a Pullman sleeping cart for first class is $135. For second class is $110. And then if you wanted an immigrant bench, it was $65.
What were the different classes like while traveling on the Transcontinental Railroad?
First class had a very luxurious time. They had their own parlor car and their own dinner car. Second class and third class were very similar. The only difference was second class had upholstered seats and they didn't have to bring their own food. Also, when train travel begun, it legitimized travel. It made everybody feel more soothed and safer for their travelings.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.
Thanks. Have safe travels. Edith, welcome in. This is my friend Hal.
Hi, I've heard
nice
so
to
much
meet
about
you.
you.
I thought he could help us answering some questions about the Transcontinental Railroad as he was my buddy through the time.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, good.
A little more on the Chinese workers and how their lifestyle was.
Of course. So the American workers were definitely paid way more than any of the other workers. They weren't treated fairly very much. The American workers got train cars while the other workers had to live in tents.
Yeah, there was very dangerous work conditions too. Many of them died in snow and rock avalanches and accidental explosions.
I think in around 1867, wasn't there a demand to equally wage the different workers?
Yeah, that's right.
Can I ask you guys a few questions about the railroad back in your day?
Yeah.
What are your questions?
How was it when you guys rode it for the first time?
How about you answer this one, Hal?
Well, when I rode it for the first time, I was nervous as all heck. I paid for the most expensive ticket because I wanted the full experience. And let me tell you, it was something special.
In first class.
It was great, very comfortable and very luxurious. It made us feel the most safe throughout the travel. And let me tell you, the food was absolutely delicious. Best food I've ever had.
I couldn't agree more.
I wish I was there to try it. When was the Transcontinental Railroad built?
It was built around 1863 to 1869, right after you were born.
Yeah, right before the American Civil War.
It opened up a link for trade, commerce, and travel. It also opened up North American settlement in the heartlands.
Wow. How much did it cost to build?
It costed around $60 million, I believe. Wouldn't you say that's right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Who worked on the railroad?
Most of the workers were Irish, Chinese, and Mormons. About 90% of them were Chinese.
What was life like for the Chinese and all the other immigrants, the Irish and the Mormons, living life working on the railroad?
They were treated with racism, violence, and legal exclusion. Some of them left their homes just to be treated horribly.
Honestly, it was just sad.
Didn't they leave their kids too?
Yeah, their homes, their families,
Did they leave their belongings behind?
they left it all.
A little more on the Chinese workers and how their lifestyle was.
Of course. So the American workers were definitely paid way more than any of the other workers. They weren't treated fairly very much. The American workers got train cars, while the other workers had to live in tents.
Yeah, there was very dangerous work conditions too. Many of them died in snow and rock avalanches and accidental explosions.
I think in around 1867, wasn't there a demand to equally wage the different workers?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for all the information you've given me. I'm really excited to write this book and I have lots of notes.
Of course, I can't wait to read it. Hope I get to see you again soon.
Love you, Grandpa.
It was very nice meeting you, young lady.
Nice meeting you too, Hal.
Now don't wait too long, sweetheart. I hope I get to see you again soon. Have a safe travel home, okay?
Okay, thanks.
On the Transcontinental Railroad.
Hi, I'm Edith Wharton and I'm here for my interview today with you.
When was your first novel published?
Well, I had short stories published when I was around 16, but my first novel, called The Valley of Decision, came out when I was about 40 years old.
What authors have inspired you?
Oh, that's easy. Henry James. He's a great man, and my work shows his concern for artistic form and ethical issues. Also, my work is influenced by Darwin and Herbert Spencer.
Enough about your books. Let's talk about you. How was your education as a child?
Well, I was educated by private tutors and governess at home when my family and I lived in Europe during the American Civil War. My family and I lived there for 6 years. And my birthplace was New York, but we moved to Europe, France, and England throughout my whole life because we were born into the wealthy class, which, as you can tell if you've read my books, I strongly dislike.
First, let's talk about your favorite books.
My favorite books that I have written personally are Fighting France and Ethan Frome. And for those of you who don't know, Ethan Frome is about a man, a farmer, who lives with his wife, who's ungrateful and demanding, and his cousin Maddie arrives to help him with the farm because his wife won't, and then they fall in love, but their love is doomed because they're cousins.
First, let's talk about some of your favorite books.
My favorite books I have written are Ethan Frome and Fighting France. For those of you who don't know, Ethan Frome is about a man, a farmer, who lives out in the country with his ungrateful and degrading wife named Zeta. And she is rude and I've messed up, just restart.
I've heard you love animals. Did you bring your dog with you today?
Well, I guess I did. This is Jax. He's a Shih Tzu Wire Terrier and I've had him since I was little. Isn't he a cutie?